Yo, 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 how you guys doing? My name's Storm. Hope you're having a great day. Now, a lot of you guys probably got to this video through my ebook, Instagram Income, in the last section, how to automate your Instagram account for maximum traffic efficiency and so that you can be generating new leads into your business 24/7 on autopilot while you sleep. Now, that's pretty powerful stuff. Now, if you didn't get here through my ebook, I'm going to leave a link to the description below. It's totally free. The only thing required from you is your time to read it. Now, what the ebook is about is how I grew an online business on Instagram, how I started to earn a residual income and make money off Instagram, and lastly, what this video is about is how I automated the entire process, okay? So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's just dive right into it on this video, how to automate your Instagram account. Alright, welcome to the other side. Now this is Instagress. What Instagress is a software that will automate your likes, comments, follows, and unfollow actions on Instagram. You don't need to download anything. You just open up Instagress in your web browser and this will come up. Now if you're brand new, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go add account. You type in your username, you type in your password, and you hit sign in. After that, what's going to happen is your account's going to pop up over here on the left. And you're going to have an account with no time. So what you're going to want to do is come over here, buy time. I know it. Oh, no, I don't want to spend any more money. Trust me, this is the greatest $10 I've ever spent in my life. And if you can't invest $10 into your business, then you shouldn't even be watching this video in the first place, right? When I first started, I told myself I was going to commit 30 days and put my all into growing my Instagram account. And what happened is I gained 1,000 followers, legitimate followers, in 30 days. And I was very happy with that. That was my goal. I wanted to reach that 1,000 mark. Once I reach that 1,000, my current goal is 5,000. And maybe once you're seeing this video, I'll already have 5,000 by then. But what I did is I bought 90 days, right? And this isn't like you may see those offers out there, you know, oh, buy your account, buy your followers. This is not that. Usually what happens when people do those buy follower things is they get a quick little jump in followers, 5,000, and then within a couple days it all goes downhill and they lose all their followers because Instagram algorithm blocks those accounts because most of them are bots, okay? Now after you buy your time, you want to go back over here and click on your profile, and all these settings are going to come up. You know, it may look very confusing at first, but don't worry. I'm gonna talk about every setting, and it's really not that hard once you see what it's all about. Okay. Now, first things first, you're going to check these boxes off, and what that's going to do is just going to make sure that it counts your actions, and it's going to let you know what Instagram is doing for you. Okay. Now, after that, what you're going to do is set a schedule. When you're first starting, actually, before I get that, what I'm going to talk about specifically is what settings I'm currently using and why, and what settings I used when I was just starting out and why. Okay, now with that being said, let's go back up to the schedule. Okay, now my current schedule, I have the red means it's when Instagress is running, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. Why? Because this is when people are the most active on Instagram. But when you're first starting out, I recommend you have this entire thing checked out, because that means it's going to be running literally 24/7 for you, right? And that's the most powerful way to do it. Now, I don't have mine running 24/7 anymore because I'm not in that beginning grind stage like I once was. Okay. Now also, what you're going to want to make sure is, let me exit this. When Instagram is running, when you hit this start button, you do not want to be on Instagram liking, commenting, and following people, because the algorithm may catch that. It may not. You may get away with it, but it may catch that, and it may detect that, hey, why is this person liking and following someone at the exact same time, right? And there's a chance you could get banned. So just to be safe, if this is running, do not go on Instagram. And that's the whole point of this video, right? You want to automate this entire process. You don't need to be on Instagram anymore liking people's stuff the old-fashioned way, you know, when you the olden days, I say, the old-fashioned ways of trying to build a following, where you're sitting there on Instagram for an hour trying to follow people and then trying to unfollow people. That's outdated. This is 2016, guys. We have technology that is here to help us, right? It's here to solve our problems, okay? So let's dive into this. Targeting, okay? So there's a couple different ways you can target people, target your audience on Instagram, on Instagram. Now we have tags, locations, followers, followings, users, and comments and commenters. My number one go-to has always been tags. Now, if you've read my ebook, you'll know why. If you haven't read my ebook, then I'm going to say it again. Hashtags on Instagram allow you to find similar interests to your product or service, right? That's very, very, very powerful, and very, very powerful, right? It's going to help you find that perfect prospect, right? What is my perfect customer interested in? That is what hashtag is going to help you find. Now, what I've also done campaigns with is usernames, right? So for example, what I've done in the past is I've targeted people like Ty Lopez because I know his followers are into personal development, they're into social media, and they might be interested in what I also offer, right? Now that we have who we're going to target and why we're targeting them, we're going to go into the speed. Okay, the speed just means how many actions per hour is Instagram going to do for us. Okay, now there's 4 different options you can do: slow, normal, fast, custom. Okay, I have it written down right here. Slow is 56 actions per hour, normal is 78 actions per hour, and fast is 100 actions per hour. You do not want to go over 100 actions per hour because that's already the maximum, right? Like it's gonna look very fishy and very robotic if you're doing so many actions per hour. Okay, now I'm gonna come back to this quickly because, or let me just show you what my current speed is. I'm not gonna explain why yet because I want to explain when you're just starting out. I want to give you an idea of the best way to build your following. Okay, what you're going to want to do is focus less on the likes and more on the follows and unfollows. Okay, why is this? Because you don't have the online credibility yet. You will, just not yet. What I mean by that is your followers to following ratio. If say you have 2,000 followers and you're following 50 people, you look like you have a lot of credibility online. You look like you have online authority, okay? So to get to this number though, to get to this 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 followers, you're going to need to follow people. You're going to need to follow people in the first place, okay? So when I first started out, I had this campaign, okay? 35 follows per hour, 35 unfollows per hour. The unfollows per hour is actually not as important, that I started to realize over time. So maybe you want to do that. And what in the beginning, the only reason why I had this set to 35 and 35 is because I didn't actually want to go on Instagram and unfollow people. If you have 10-15 minutes, you know, go unfollow people, right? It's gonna build your online authority. Now, my current campaign is this. Why? I'll talk about it in a second. It's all about the filters, okay? So the media age I have set to newest, okay? Why? Because it's the highest chance that someone's going to be interactive with you. If you're going out, and we can just scroll down these options, 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 week. If you're targeting content that's 1 month old, the chances of someone interacting with you compared to a piece of content that's only 1 hour old is not as high, okay? Now the media type, I have it set to any because photos and videos are both powerful on their own, so you should be doing both. Now this is the reason why I have my activity speed set to 60 likes per hour because I'm targeting people with a minimum and maximum likes filter. Okay, so what I mean by this is, let's say I had this set to a minimum likes of 1,000. What are the chances that someone actually sees my profile out of 1,000 likes? Okay, it's like going fishing in the ocean compared to fishing in a barrel full of fish. Okay, right? If I'm targeting accounts that their content only has a maximum of 35 likes, they're gonna see when I like their stuff, right? They're gonna see that. Okay, now the user relation filter is you will not interact with followers and followings and their media. Okay, so this just means I'm gonna constantly searching for new followers, right? I'm gonna constantly looking for new prospects. Okay, now the user profile filter, it just means it just allows you to find a more legitimate person on Instagram, right? So low, medium, high. Low means it'll exclude users who have no avatar or who have no posted media. That's what I have it set to. It just means it's a little more legitimate. Okay, now minimum followers, maximum followers, this is the same. This is kind of the same. I'm kind of piggybacking off of the last couple of settings. It just means it's a more legitimate person. It means that they're willing to commit. They're willing to commit to Instagram because they already have a set amount of followers and followings, right? Now, these aren't too important. It just means what you're going to go after. You can have a tag. You're going to target your tag plus a filter, a location, or a username. Now, comments. This is pretty big. You don't want to come across as spammy. You want to be the most genuine and human as possible. Okay, so what I've found from personal experience, the best way to go about this is to give someone a little bit of motivation, to give them a pick-me-up, to give them an ego boost. Okay, you don't want to be spamming your product, spamming your links, telling them to look at my profile, because that's honestly, I don't want to do that. You know, it's kind of a turnoff. Give someone a pick-me-up and you'll have a lot higher chance of them looking at your profile. Now your follow cycle, what you're going to want to do for this, what this means is how many people it's going to follow before it unfollows people. Okay, so the most optimal way to do this is to set it to your speed. So if you have 3 follows per hour and 3 unfollows per hour, you want your follow cycle to be 3, and you want to make, personally, I don't want to follow the same users. Like I said before, you want to keep reaching new people. And the unfollow source just means it's gonna unfollow people that Instagram has followed for you. Okay. Now tags. If you haven't read my ebook in the hashtag seconds to realize how important tags are, I recommend you go do that right now, because tags is the number one way to find your perfect client, okay, your perfect customer. So let's just do an example. Let's just say you're in the health and fitness industry. What you're going to want to do is find your tags. We'll go fitness. You hit search, and all these tags are going to pop up, and you just click which ones you want, and you hit add. Pretty self-explanatory, but make sure you really just take time to think, what is my perfect prospect interested in? Write down a list of 20 to 30 things. Write it, in a notepad in your phone, and make sure that they're really the right ones for your industry. Okay. No, I don't mess around with locations, because I'm trying to reach the masses online, not a specific city. But if you were trying to reach maybe a specific city, all you would do is hit location and type in the city. Now usernames. This is pretty cool. So jumping off of the top of who you could target, you can target specific followers. What you can do, I recommend, is say you can target industry leaders. So what I've done is, you can see mine: Tai Lopez, Tim Ferriss, Grant Cardone. This is going to allow for people who are already in this industry to find me. It's gonna go after them directly, and it's gonna allow me to leverage other people's success and online authority and target them. Okay, now blacklist. I haven't messed around with this. You can read it for yourself. You can just block people. And lastly, auto stop. This is going to stop your account if it reaches X amount of likes, comments, follows. Now that's really all there is to it, guys. Like, it's not too hard. If I didn't explain it well enough, if there's still some questions, concerns you have, you can more than likely drop a comment below. I'll answer. I look at all the comments, and yeah, like I said, the biggest takeaways you can do is experiment, experiment, experiment. There's only one way to see growth is through looking at your mistakes and learning from them, right? So, like I said, that's really all there is to the video. Go ahead, get your account started, and if you haven't got my book to learn about why I use this, it's going to be in the description for free. And like I said, if you do get this going, find me on Instagram, Succeed with Storm, connect with me, let's talk, let's see how your account's doing. I'd love to help you out. We can bounce ideas off each other. And yeah, so I'll see you on the other side, and hope you got value out of this video. Share it with your friends if you liked it.